I never imagined I'd be the one standing here, recounting the slow and surgical death of my marriage like some twisted monologue in a film noir. But the truth of what happened, what I endured, was too precise, too cruel, too orchestrated, to be fiction. And the most haunting part, she never saw it coming. Not because I was weak or blind, but because I didn't raise my voice. I didn't accuse. I didn't beg for truth. I simply observed, endured, and when the time came, I vanished from her life without a whisper. It began like any other unremarkable Tuesday, the kind of day you forget even while living it. I was at home, buried in a spreadsheet, working late. In my office, Celeste, my wife of nearly 10 years, leaned in, kissed my cheek the way she always had, her perfume faint but familiar. She said she had dinner plans with her colleagues, same casual tone, same painted smile. But something inside me stirred a quiet shift, barely noticeable, like the creak of a house settling before it splits. Maybe it was intuition, or maybe just the accumulation of quiet warnings. The way she had begun to guard her phone like it was a limb, the way her passcode changed overnight without a word. The small pauses when I asked about her day. None of it screamed betrayal, but it whispered just loud enough for me to finally listen. So, I waited. I watched her drive away that evening. Then I opened the GPS history from our car's app, something we'd synced together years ago, and she'd likely forgotten. She wasn't headed downtown to any restaurant, no traffic lights or valet lots. Instead, the trail ended in a quiet, unfamiliar suburb, parked outside a modest house I'd never seen. No offices, no sushi bar, just a mailbox and a porch light. Still, I told myself not to jump. Doubt is stubborn like that, it clings, even when the truth stares you in the face. So I waited. When she returned home hours later, I greeted her with a smile and a kiss, even helped her hang her coat. She said the dinner was nice. We had too much wine. She laughed. I laughed with her. That night, while she slept soundly beside me, I lay wide awake, staring into the dark. Over the next few days, I became methodical, not reckless, not desperate, focused. I dug through cloud backups. I combed through old emails, reverse searched unfamiliar numbers she'd been texting late at night, and eventually I found it, a hidden photo folder, not even encrypted, just tucked away and forgotten. Her sitting on another man's lap, kissing him, lying beside him in hotel sheets, smiling in ways she hadn't smiled with me in years. Messages filled with secret plans, shared memories I was never part of. She was living a whole other life while lying in my bed. Still, I said nothing. I didn't rage. I didn't weep. I documented. I screen captured every message. I backed up every image. I called a lawyer and laid it all out. The attorney asked if I planned to confront her. I said no. I wasn't after a confession. I didn't want remorse. I wanted freedom. For 2 more weeks, I played the role she expected. I brought her coffee in the morning, rubbed her shoulders in the evening. I cooked her favorite meals. I nodded while she spoke about work stress and long days. I even held her one night when she broke down in tears over a project that had gone badly. And all the while, I'd already moved half our savings, locked down my credit, forwarded my mail, found a quiet apartment under a temporary name. The divorce papers were filed without her ever knowing. Then came the final act. She told me she was heading to another work dinner, her voice soft, her lips familiar. I kissed her cheek and whispered, "Have fun." She left smiling, texting someone, before the door even closed, and I stood in that silence for a moment, soaking in the final scene of the life we'd built together, empty now, hollowed out. I took my bag, the key documents, and walked out. I didn't leave a note. By the time she returned, I was already gone. The locks had been changed. My phone shut off, our joint accounts closed. My name erased from the life we once shared. I watched the security footage later, her pounding on the door, screaming my name, calling my number over and over as the night swallowed her confusion. I never answered. I never looked back. Her family called. Friends tried to reach me. I stayed silent. I owed her nothing anymore. 3 weeks passed. Then she was served with the divorce papers delivered to the very house she'd tried to keep hidden. Addressed to her new reality. Word reached me through the grapevine that she shattered. When she read them, that she finally understood. That the man she thought she was fooling had quietly dismantled the entire lie, without ever raising his voice. But this wasn't revenge. This wasn't about vengeance or punishment. It was about clarity. It was about choosing peace over pain. When someone you love lies to your face again and again, it doesn't destroy you in one blow. It erodes you, a slow, invisible decay. One lie, one excuse, one deflection at a time. Until one day, there's nothing left to protect, nothing left to fix. And when the love finally withers, buried under all that quiet deceit, all that remains is silence. And in that silence, I found myself again.